What is the coolest setting you have ever played a baseball game in?
Coolest setting. I guess last year had all types of cool stuff.
Sure.
Yeah, a lot of firsts. Playing in front of family in San Francisco was pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, family and friends mean the world to me. So being able to go home, play in front of them, play in front of my grandparents for the first time. My grandpa's never seen me play before, so that was pretty cool. New York was really cool, my first win against the Yankees in Yankee Stadium. Also had some family there, some East Coast family, some West Coast family. So that was a pretty cool experience. But yeah, I mean, all types of good experiences last year. It's kind of hard to pick just one. Last year as a whole was just a really cool experience.
You know, it's funny, and I should have immediately gone to your first season in the big leagues. I was actually thinking you played at Cal Poly in college,
Yep.
which is a gorgeous setting.
Yeah.
You also played baseball in Alaska.
I did, yeah.
What was that like?
Alaska was awesome. Obviously, you don't really know a whole lot about it going in. I did a little bit of research before because I did 2 years in Alaska. So I went 1 year right out of college or right out of high school, and then 1 year after my freshman year of college. But yeah, it was an amazing experience. I had a great host family. I still talk to them to this day. The mom and I, yeah, we talk all the time. She updates me on like what their kids are doing, and they come. I've seen them a couple times since. So, and then great fishing too. I like to fish a little bit. I mean, I haven't done a whole lot of it, but they've got a great salmon season like towards the end of July. So a couple times we go. You play night games. So like in Alaska, at least early in the summer, sun doesn't go down until whatever it is, midnight or 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. So you play the game 7 to 10, go home, eat real quick, go fish until 2 in the morning, and it's like still light out. Go home, whatever, you wake up, go fish before the game, go play your game, come back, and it's just like a never-ending thing. So that was a ton of fun, and we had a great team, great coaches, and then it's just really cool to experience Alaska for the first time too, because they got all types of like fun nature. You got hikes and going to the river and all types of stuff. So it was a lot of fun.
I often tell people when I first moved to Seattle many years ago, I told people that I lived as close to having 6 months of sunlight and 6 months of darkness as you could without being actually in Alaska.
Yeah.
How would you ever sleep? Can you chop that up? Like,
Yeah. Small
and then we're
pieces.
going to,
Okay.
kind of, because we're going to put all of that together and it's going to saute down.
Okay.
How do you sleep though? Like I am the person that has to have it dark.
Yeah, me too. They all have like blinds, like blackout blinds.
Yeah.
So when I got there, to my host families, because when I first got there, like my dad and I flew in first morning and we stayed in a hotel, and it was like, I don't know, I think we flew in probably midnight or 1 o'clock or something, and it like didn't ever get dark, and we're like, how do you do this? But yeah, I think at least all the local families or whoever it is, they have all the set up blackout blinds and making sure that like you're kind of forcing kids to go to bed at whatever it is, a decent hour, But yeah, it's definitely it's pretty different.
I never would have thought though fishing like before and after a game. I mean that's the upside, right?
Yeah, it was a blast. You got to make the most out of your experience. So we definitely did.
How did you even know that Alaska was an option?
I didn't really. My coach just told me like you're gonna go play summer ball in Alaska, and I was like, wait.
Wait, he just signed you up to play summer ball?
They don't let you choose like where you go. They just tell you.
Oh.
So he was just like, yeah, you're gonna go play in Alaska, and I was like, I'm gonna go where? Like I didn't even know they had baseball up there. So I did some research, and I found out that it was like a pretty historical league. It'd been around a while, and a lot of good players had come through there, and so I started looking it up, and yeah, it was definitely, it was weird at first. I was kind of skeptical about going out there, but once I got out there and like I said, a great host family, great team and stuff. So it was a good time, but I loved it.
In thinking about your baseball career, not only does it involve playing in Alaska, there's a COVID year in there.
Yeah.
And now it feels like we're so far away from COVID. You know, like
Yeah,
you almost
yeah.
don't remember just how some of those days felt.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
you feel differently about it, but
It was, yeah, it was weird. I mean, yeah, obviously unfortunate. Like we were in the middle of our season, just getting going, and then you get a call one day that first the game was canceled, and then you meet together, see how it goes, and then obviously the rest of the season was canceled. But yeah, we were at school. That was my sophomore year. We had a good team, so it was definitely a bummer. And then kind of just seeing mostly the seniors that probably weren't going to play baseball after that, and like for that kind of to be the end of their baseball career was definitely a bummer. But ended up coming home for a little bit, back to Northern California, spent some time there, and then it wasn't as strict of protocols in San Luis Obispo at the time, so I ended up crashing with a teammate, just kind of brought a couple of things down there, and yeah, they opened up the field and the weight room and all types of stuff, so I actually used it to work out and throw, and we had a bunch of guys there that were all training there together. So as unfortunate as the time was, it was actually, I'd say, pretty beneficial to my career in terms of just like working on myself and my development. In terms of baseball wise, obviously the rest of it was pretty tough, but yeah, just really got to focus on working out and kind of improving physically. But yeah, I think it was tough on everybody, but taking the good and the bad from it, but learned from it a little bit.
and it's cool that you already have the perspective of how it helped you.
Yeah.
You already know that it did.
Yeah. I mean, there's obviously endless amounts of tough experiences that everybody had going through COVID, but yeah, definitely try to work on all the positive parts.
Do you have a favorite food city that you have been to?
Food city, ooh. I mean, our food in Seattle's been pretty solid. Try to take, off days, and when we have day games, try to go explore and find different restaurants and whatnot. New York is really good. They definitely take care of you there. In the visitors clubhouse, and then sometimes we had a couple days off this year, and some older guys were nice enough to take us out to some good dinners. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to exploring a little bit more this year. I like to try to get out on off days, and anytime that we have off, try to go explore cities and stuff that we're in. So we'll see. Maybe I'll have a different answer for you next time. But
In New York, there's so many different food options. Were
Yeah.
you pizza? Were you Italian? Were you like
the
steak?
first time, the first trip that we went to New York, Logan took a couple of our younger guys, like me and a couple of other guys, to some Italian place. It was really, really good. Brought us full course meal, everything, and actually ended up getting it comped. So pretty darn cool.
This is what
I mean,
happens
I had
when you're a
never
superstar.
experienced anything like that. I was like, they just started bringing food out, and we were all really confused. He didn't know what was happening, and the other guys didn't know what was happening. And we were all kind of stressed about how we were going to pay for it all. And then, yeah, at the end, he was like, yeah, don't worry about it. And I was like, whew.
Yeah. It does kind of ruin the meal. You would have appreciated knowing
Yeah.
that ahead of time.
Yeah,
Like you
for
can
sure.
just
I'd only
enjoy.
been up for like a couple of weeks, and I was like, I don't know if I can make this work. You guys might have to spot me or something. But yeah, I ended up working out perfectly.
That does make the meal more enjoyable.
Yeah.
I Cook, You Measure is presented by Safeway, who encourages you to step up for our high school student athletes through the Nourishing Champions program. The collaboration with Champions of Change provides funding for nutritious snacks and meals for all high school sports teams in need. Use the QR code to donate to Nourishing Champions and fuel success on and off the field.